Alrighty, and we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 8th week of the Guardian podcast. This week, without Red. Womp womp.
Wow.
Womp womp.
Straight to
No
the punch.
Right in the gut punch. But thank you guys for coming on. Let's go ahead and get started with introductions, starting with Sam.
Alright, as I hit stuff. Here we go. My name's Sam, or Sam Waldo on the site, because we can't get the lower third thing to work
I should
out.
have done
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about myself. This will be my third year as a guardian.
And what position were you before?
Before I was an exhibitor guardian and a PA.
Okay. Yep. Part of Team PA. I forgot. Who was your PA?
I had Chris.
You had Chris. That's right.
I was his PA, yes. No, he was mine. He followed me around all day.
Followed me around and got me a drink.
Little secret about RTX: the staffers are the ones who are the PAs. Because it's all about the
Not for
attendees.
them, it's for us.
So I guess next would be Mike.
Hey, I'm Mike, Plutonian on the site. This will be my 5th year as a Guardian. First year, 2012, I was security, but we didn't have, freelancers and members, so security did everything, so I did a little bit of everything. And then since then, I have been the team lead for tech.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yep.
So we can blame you for all the streaming issues that they have at RTX.
Well, everybody does. Last year was my first year getting death threats on Reddit. It was great.
Wow.
That's legit. That's a legit hate right there.
Yeah. I made it in the internet when you get death threats on Reddit.
You made it.
That's how you
We're
do it.
proud of you, buddy.
Now we can die peacefully. Alrighty, Anne.
Hello, I'm Anne. Sam, I also like how you dressed the set on yours. You have your shirt in the background, just like casually letting people know how superior you are to them.
That's also kind of by accident. I forgot that was there.
You're making it
I'm
all look bad.
okay. Well, Jack's turning into a robot. I'm Anne. This will be my 3rd year as a guardian, and I've never attended RTX. I've only been a guardian. And last 2 years I've been panels. I started off in a very small panel room in the Austin Convention Center, but last year I was like, hey, I'm interested in leading a panel room and see of the largest panel room we had. So I either did something very wrong or something very right. So and I'm looking forward to this year.
Or you did something wrong and they just didn't catch it.
Oh yeah, no. I'm a mess.
Alrighty. Next would be Allie.
Okay. Well, I'm Allie, or Allie Schwims on the site, and everything else. This coming year will be my 2nd year as a Guardian, 2nd year at RTX at all. Last year I was a store Guardian, and this year I'll be whatever they want me to be.
So you've taken over Jack's place at the store.
Yeah.
Right to the high shelves.
Alrighty. And then the final 2 would be me and Jack. And I guess, Jack, do you want to introduce yourself for the 6th time?
Yeah, 6. My name is Jack DP on the site. This is my 3rd time as a Guardian, 3rd RTX, and I was store for the first 2 years, and I was security last year, or response.
Okay. And I'm Jordan Lucas, your host, and this will be my 4th year. Hopefully, this will be hopefully, if I get chosen again, maybe my 3rd year as a PA. I was PA the last 2 years, and then I was a panel guardian the first year. So must have done something right, or I did something wrong, and they just didn't catch it with me. They really need to work on their background checks when they let
I know,
people
right?
like me in there.
Really do.
Yeah,
That's why I sandpapered off my fingerprints so they can't check on me.
it's so metal. Alrighty, so but I guess that gets through all the introductions. So how have you guys been doing, and how excited for you that you're coming back this year as Guardians?
Eh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I'm excited most about is that Jack is going to be 21, and we can finally buy him shots that are not milk.
Finally.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so proud of
When were
myself right now.
That's
Jack,
a
did you not already turn 21?
Yeah, I turned it at 21 in December, but
Yeah,
for the
I thought.
last 3 RTXs, I couldn't drink at all.
it's gonna be very very momentous RTX for you, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like your journey to Epcot, but with like 10 times as much booze.
And that's a lot. Oh, jeez.
We're gonna
It's
be
like,
willing
What's
Jack
10
out
times
of
0?
That'd
No,
be-
he went to Epcot and drank around the world. So
yeah, I had one drink around the world. It's on my Twitter. Each picture with each drink. It's after the first drink, which was a margarita, I was like, I made a horrible mistake, but I'm already committed, so I have to finish it.
There you go.
how many drinks did you have total out of all that?
Christ. Let's see. I think 10, but technically 9 because like the second to last place was I think it was France, and we just went into one shop and they didn't have any alcohol, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get hot chocolate there.
Just pour a little
So
whiskey.
90 drinks at RTX is what our goal is.
90 drinks. Okay.
So we're going to be wheeling Jack out on a gurney by the time RTX is done.
Yeah,
I'll get there on Tuesday, and I'll be dead by Thursday night or something.
I'm gonna be dead by Tuesday night. What are you talking about?
Or Tuesday night.
We'll just prop him up against the Tower of Pimps, and it'll look like he's guarding it. That's all.
It'll be like cardboard cutout Gus, except with Jack.
Yep.
Oh my god,
It'd be fun.
that's so funny. Not the death part, but the.
Funny.
That's totally the most funny part. But so what else is everyone excited about except for killing Jack with alcohol?
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah.
I'm excited to
Just being
actually
in
like,
Austin.
go back to Gordo's Donuts.
Oh,
I'm excited to actually go back to Gordo's Donuts and be able to like eat one. Because the last day we were there, Sam, remember?
It was so good.
We went to the pool, and we had barbecue in the morning. We went to the pool, then we had Gordo's, and then we went to Draft House, and we also had food there. So I got back, and I was like, I am about to die.
It was so worth it,
So
though.
I'm
Oh, are you talking about?
we got-
It was Tuesday. No, it was Monday.
It was Monday, yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Like,
I remember. Yeah, because we were there as well at the pool because it was
Yeah.
Barton Springs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we went to Barton Springs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
was really fun.
And then we saw Ant-Man.
Basically, by the time we got to Draft House, I was just like, I am about to die. And then Jess was like, I'm gonna get a milkshake, and I'm like, oh, that sounds
I had
good.
the best food ever with bacon on it. Oh my god, it was so good.
What?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Everything there is so good.
I remember, wasn't it when we came in for 2014, Jack, that we had been driving all night long, and we got there
Oh, yeah.
feeling, what do we do before we check into our hotel? We went straight to the draft house
yeah.
and we had food.
Yeah.
And what
Had
we
a good
see?
breakfast. We saw How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh yes, that was such a good movie too.
That was a good movie.
I still need to go to Torchy's. I haven't been there yet.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I've been by there.
It's so good.
yes, it's so
There's
good.
2 things to do in Austin, Texas. You can either eat or drink.
Hey,
So why don't we both?
but
It's
when
really cool.
if you go to Torchy's, you're going to a President Obama approved restaurant. He went to visit there at South by Southwest. I think he actually ordered the Independent, the Democrat, and the Republican tacos while he was there too. So
Wow.
President Obama, you play the field. How dare you? So scandalous. Any other restaurants that you guys are planning on going to, or didn't get a chance to go see last year?
We had to go back to Champs.
The restaurant that's literally the closest to the convention center.
Yeah.
So, are we going to get Ryan a milk shot again? Because he'll
Did we
always
get?
remember.
I would like a milk shot.
I said,
Did we get it there at Champs, or was it somewhere else?
yeah, it was at Champs because the because that's where the joke started. Was because I think it was Red, someone else, and Ryan was there with them, like together, and they're like, and Ryan goes, "I want a shot," and he had just turned 21 that year, and the lady, like the waitress, was like, just kind of like laughed, "I'll get you a shot of milk," because she didn't believe that he was 21.
Nice.
Oh my god, it was funny though, but that's where the whole like milk shot thing started up. But trying to think what else. Is there like, let's talk about what you guys signed up to be this year. Like, what did you guys sign up to be this year? Like, what's your intended positions?
Well,
I'd like to know
Yeah.
Allie. Go.
I signed up to be freelancer because
Freelancer.
I like a little bit of everything, and I like getting to like move around and stuff. So I'm
Okay.
excited.
Alrighty. Anne?
Well, I'm so loyal to panels, so I signed up for panels again, but I always put PA because I'm one of the 121% or something, that 120 people that sign up to be a PA.
121%. Wow.
I don't know. What's that number? It's huge. It's huge.
That's a whole nother level of elitism right there.
I know. I was like, yeah, no, I'll probably stay in panels for the rest of my life, but who knows?
But I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, there's from what we heard from Mary last year, I don't think there was actually as much people signing up to be PA this year.
I think they're
So-
starting
Yeah,
to give up.
They're starting to give up, and they're all going to store now because that's what they heard that was the best job at RTX.
Because you were there, Jack.
Yeah.
It's got the Jack
told
DB seal of approval.
Yeah. You get to touch everything.
Oh, God.
Store is fun, but store is hard. I guess
Store,
like every
yeah.
job, like, really.
Hmm.
Yeah, all the jobs are hard in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I mean,
Except G-Spot.
Well, it's
Well,
hard
that's-
because they don't
So
see
that's a
anything.
completely different version of hard.
you getting stuck in one place and not being able to leave, that sucks too. I mean, it's rough not getting out, and sometimes there are no guardians in the G spot except for you, so you have to be there, and you can't leave because people's stuff is in there too, so you need relief before you can leave. It's not as easy as it sounds.
No way in, no way out.
There you go.
Right.
You know?
Pretty all at that point.
I feel like someone's gonna forget about them, and you're just gonna walk in, and they'll just be bones.
It's like that meme, just waiting for people to come find me. It's just like skeleton sitting there.
I think I went into the spot like once last year, just because I was working constantly.
I think I went in there a couple times, like once at like each location, but like once was like I think the one time I went to the Hilton, it was that's when Jen had her Red Bull meltdown, so it wasn't a very good experience in the Hilton when you have a panicking team lead. So, but speaking of PA, Sam, so are you thinking about coming back as a PA this year?
Yeah, I put that as my first choice. See if they accept me back. Who knows?
Already start the bribes for Chris.
100%. As long as I don't give him mustard, it's okay.
He hates mustard.
He really hates mustard.
That's an interesting fact. But no, how was it working with him last year? I know like all the PAs have completely different experiences.
It was pretty chaotic 'cause he had a pretty full schedule. He had stuff going on just about like back to back almost every day. So it was more of a lot of just running around and making sure he got to places on time kind of thing. But it worked out pretty well, so didn't have to worry about crowds too much.
So
Which was
good.
nice.
Yeah, that's basically what I did last year because Miles had like literally everything back to back. When he wasn't doing something, he had interviews. So it's like, so the one time that I had to like literally ask off from Jackie to get my hour because it's like, well, I'm constantly moving everywhere, so I need someone to cover me for just 1 hour.
Mhm.
So, Mike, I'm guessing you're going back for tech team this year.
Yeah, I haven't had enough punishment yet, so I'm gonna sign up for it again. Hopefully, this year will be a little less crazy than last year. Because last year, Adam Baird was still dealing with the site issues, and his sister's wedding was that weekend, and he was giving her away. And we had about 8 hours to set up, and we usually have like 36 hours to set up. So I was told that this year is be a lot better by several different people. So I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit easier on us. But I'm absolutely looking forward to doing it again. So
Awesome. And we definitely have to go get a drink.
oh yeah.
And she's had it. And had enough.
And she's back.
And
God.
she's back.
Part of Silicon Valley, everyone.
Yeah, we definitely have to go get a drink again because that was one of the fun parts about 2014. It's when we met up at the Dog and Duck,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and you literally just came off of like your shift of like trying to set everything up, so you were
Yeah.
like absolutely exhausted.
Half of everybody else was leaving, like Kyle and Kevin and Red were all leaving as I got there. It's like, you bastards.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, there's Mike, and just stayed for like another, what was it, like hour or two.
Yeah.
We were the last ones there in that bar, I think.
Yeah, I think we were. By the way, rest in peace, Dog and Duck. It's no longer there.
Really?
Yeah, they closed it down last year. Like last year, it was like a little bit after RTX in 2014.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was. I think Jack even talked about it on like one of the podcasts that Jack Patilla talked about on one of the podcasts that it was closing down.
No.
So no more meetups at the Dock and Duck for Jack Patilla.
Well, last year discovered a new bar called the Elephant Room. It's like a basement bar on 6th Street. It was really, really cool. It's a little bit of a dive bar. We hung out there a couple nights.
Interesting.
It gets thumbs up from me. Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, definitely check that out. And it's called the Elephant Room?
Yep.
Okay. Gotta check it out. I've been looking for like new places to go check out in Austin because I've basically seen a lot of the main go-to restaurants and bars.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for new stuff to go check out.
Well,
Are there elephants in that room?
no, but
There's just one elephant in the room, and
Yeah.
that's the whole joke.
nobody talks about it. It was my co-team lead Ken is from Austin, and he was like, "Oh yeah, let's go to this place," and we checked it out, and we had a good time there. So highly recommend.
Is it packed or is it just like a dive bar where it's just kind of like low key?
It was a lot like the Dog and Duck when I got there. Like there was a couple of tables that had people at it, but it wasn't overcrowded, and you can go up to the bar and order and get service right away. You don't have to wait.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I said dive bars are the best because you don't have the constant like loud noises just going on around you. You can just like sit there and hang out and chill.
You can hear each other talk. You don't have to like wait 15 minutes to get a drink. Like, yeah, that's my kind of place.
Just wait till
Nice.
the hipsters come and ruin it for you.
Yeah. And now that we advertised it, it's gonna get ruined. Yeah.
Yeah. All the RT fans are just going to go flock there now. So I said, but with the hipsters like invading the bar, that actually literally happened to my dive bar that I went to in Louisville, and there was we called it the back door, and like literally it's how I got in was through the back door of a building, and it was so nice, low key.
Sounds like a gay bar.
Yeah, does
Sounds
kind
like a really good name for a gay bar.
Yeah, we actually have. I think it's like literally like maybe a block down the street is the gay bar in Louisville. I forgot what the name. Oh, it's called Nowhere Bar. So, yeah. Oh god. Funny story, by the way. That was like one of the first dates with my ex-girlfriend. Was that I went to a gay bar. She didn't realize it was a gay bar. And I came in. There's a guy dressed up as an extremely flamboyant Gilligan. Or what's the captain's name in Gilligan's Island?
Skipper?
Skipper. There you go. Yeah, it's a very flamboyant skipper just dancing around on a table. I was like, you don't think this is a gay bar?
Wow.
It's incredibly niche. Like, what do you want to dress up as a fireman today? No. I want to dress up as Skipper from Gilligan's Island.
Maybe it was Gilligan Island's night.
Could have been. But it's just like one of those things like, oh, my sweet, sweet summer child, you do not realize that you're in a gay bar. How naive are you? But
Look, they're having so much fun.
he's like, I'm not getting hit on by a whole lot of guys. I'm like, yeah, because they're all gay. They might want to dance with you, but they're not going to grab your ass while you're dancing.
But
So
the real question, Jordan, is how did you do in the gay bar?
when I was dancing with her, I actually got my ass grabbed twice. I said, I'm not the guy who, let's just say this, if a gay guy hits on me, I'm not one who gets creeped out by it. I actually take it as a compliment. I'm like, oh, actually someone does think I'm attractive in this place.
Grabs his ex back. That's like a vote of solidarity.
Now let's start the RTX Guardian podcast shipping. So let's start the fan fiction Tumblr. Let's do it.
I'll get Cinder on it.
Oh god.
She'll take care of it.
Oh my god. I can't wait till we get to a good point where we can do our D&D
Yeah,
podcast.
as soon as we meet up with the Stall the Vampire again, I think
Yeah.
that'll be good.
I'll be extra reckless during that game.
Oh man, Aligaris is like only reckless. He's like reckless in spurts because he's so good, and just, you're so damn pragmatic all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you'll do something crazy, and we'll be like, whoa, where'd this guy come from?
Like, I still loved it. Just briefly going off tangent. I loved it when, you guys were like basically almost dead, like because of Crossfire, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you're trying to like communicate with me, like, Alligators, get back here. We need help. And then I'm just like, who is this? I'm like, I'm in a bar. My character's in a bar, drunk. I'm like, who is this? The stone's talking to me.
And it's like, Cinder's like, hey, wouldn't he be too drunk to hear? And then I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna die here.
Oh. So, going back on topic to RTX material, what's the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to? Like anything specific about the convention that you're looking forward to this year? Like, I know they haven't announced anything. Like, when it comes to guests, they'll probably not be for another 3 months or so. But anything exciting?
I'm just looking forward to seeing all my friends again, really. I mean, at this point.
I said that is.
Roomies. And not you, Jordan, get out of here.
Hungry.
I'm actually hoping that we might see something regarding Day 5 finally.
Oh
Been
my
waiting for
god!
that
Yes.
since 2012. Oh,
Yeah. I had to explain that to Cinder, one of the other Guardians, because she did not know what day 5 was. I was like, I've been waiting for this for about 4 years at this point. And and she's like, what's day 5? I'm like, it's like the Half-Life 3 of version.
Yeah.
It's never coming.
I saw the trailer for it when I was before watching Laser Team, and I just was like, and I like shook my friend. I was like, it's coming.
The D5 trailer when I saw Laser Team, I was so sad because everybody else did. Very disappointed.
Why were you disappointed? I didn't catch the first part.
We didn't get the Day 5 trailer in front
You
of
didn't?
Laser Team.
Oh no.
Well, it's on the DVD, so. But no, I said that was a really interesting experience. I wonder if they will do anything in Laser Team for RTX this year.
I'm sure they'll have a panel at least, maybe like in
We had a Laser Team panel last year, but it was just with the cast. It's in my room.
But maybe a showing at the Alamo, possibly.
Maybe a showing,
Cool.
or even like if they could get like a sort of like a lawn. That'd be really nice. Just like set up a screen on a lawn somewhere, and just everyone brings blankets and watches Laser Team.
Or maybe we'll get a master pancake of Laser Team.
There we go.
That would be amazing. I would definitely go and see that.
That'd be amazing.
I've missed Master Pancake since I've come to RTX, and I really want to go see it at least once.
I saw they had Terminator 2 last year, and that was it was fantastic.
Didn't they
was
show
really good.
Space Jam as well?
That was the year before.
That was the year before, okay. But what about you, Allie? What are you looking forward to?
Last year I went alone, and so I was kind of like nervous to do things. But this year I have a lot of friends that I met either at Last RTX or online or whatever. So I'm just excited to just like get out and do more and hopefully meet more people.
Nice.
Definitely, yeah, go and
Oh,
do
that's
that.
the best. Oh, the RT community is so nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, God, like I was in the same situation when I first went to RTX. I went by myself. I had a hotel room by myself. Did not know anybody. Went to a couple panels. Then I met James, or Desajan, on the website. He was Matt Holmes' PA last year. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, he was my first in real life RT like community friend. So it's amazing what RTX does. You start meeting awesome people.
Yeah, James is good people.
Yeah, definitely
Yes,
is. By the way, we need to get him in our D&D campaign soon.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what he has up his sleeves.
Shove them in there somewhere.
Or we could just completely ignore him, like we did with Cinder's character.
Oh, okay. So no, for that, Cinder did not like. She was like, Colin was like a fucking tiefling walks with a book and walks into your path, and we're like, oh, okay, hello, and Colin's like, Cinder, do you want to do anything? And she's like, no. And we went on with our day. Gets to the next city. A tiefling with a book walks into your path. Cinder, do you want to do anything? No.
It was to different cities, and it was like she was following us. So
Just like, oh god.
yeah, if that's one thing, I'm looking forward to our in-person D&D campaign like sessions. Because last year they were so fun, and that was before you joined the group too, so you weren't a part of it.
I killed Garth off and I took over his body. No.
Oh, that'll be great because Garth will be back as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's also rooming with us, Jack. So he'll be,
In the miscellaneous man suite,
Yep.
the man cave.
Man cave except for Kyle's wife, who's going to be joining us as well. So, yeah, I think she's really the only girl that's going to be in our room. I tried to get a little bit of diversity in there, but It just wasn't working out that way.
We'll nickname it the back door.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
Excellent.
Oh, my chair's being squeaky again.
Well, we got some questions from the Q&A.
What are your thoughts on llama?
Questions.
Questions.
I would
So-
just like to say llamas are evil and mean, and that
alpacas are better.
alpacas are much nicer. Yes.
Well, the llama is the mascot of the tech team. 2 years ago,
Oh,
Adam asked me for a list of things we're going to need for, the tech room, and Ken, the other tech lead, put in a llama, and Adam plops this huge box of stuff on there. We open it up, we start unpacking it, and we're like, holy shit, there's a fucking llama in here. He got like a stuffed animal llama.
Aw.
And so we had it like guarding all the stuff in the tech room, and I forgot who had like a big like 3-inch pocket knife blade, and we had it open up on the like llama's teeth to like guard the stuff, and people were coming in and like, what the hell's up with that llama? And it was like, that llama's badass, it'll cut you.
We stuck a knife in his mouth.
I'm sorry. Every time I think of llamas, I think of llamas with hats.
That kills people.
Where's his hands? What? His hands are missing. I cooked them up and I ate them.
Oh
And
god.
the lovelies that only hands could satisfy. So he just walked into the room and I stabbed him 37 times in the chest. I love that series.
Oh man.
So
Do you guys
yes,
have any really, really good memories from last RTX? Like just really standout moments? Because last day I was walking around the floor because I have panels, and I was walking around the floor with one of the girls I just met who did like layout on Ruby, and we were like, hey, what's going on the main stage? And we're like, oh, it looks like Joel and Adam are playing something. And we just walk in, and then if anyone remembers the Michael pizza fiasco, that was a fun time, because basically it was just Michael, a box of Domino's pizza, going around asking people in the audience questions, but he was really drunk from the last Achievement Hunter panel, which he had just come from my panel room, and drank like half a thing of moonshine, so he was gone, and there was no hope for him. And so he just gets on the stage, and he's just like, and Joel's like, maybe if we tell him to, Michael will drop his pants. And Michael's like, you know what? Yeah. And so he just like drops his pants in front of everyone on the main stage, and just like, who wants pizza? And he just starts chucking it at the audience. And like this boy's been just like training for laser teams, so he hit the cameraman in the back. Like, this isn't like tossing, this is like chucking pizza at the audience, and it was the greatest moment of my life. So I'm looking for something to top that this year.
oh my god. I feel like that needs to be an animated adventure, just him doing that.
Yeah, Joel is the wild card. Like that, you never know what he's gonna do, and that's one of the he did something crazy last year. He had an impromptu panel with like the Rooster Teeth intern panel.
Oh my god, I remember that.
And I remember I got a message saying, from one of my team members that says, I'm in a panel room, and Joel told me that I had to turn it on the stream now. And I just looked at Adam, and I said, Joel's hijacking a panel room. And Adam says, yeah, let him do whatever he wants. And I was like, yeah, do whatever Joel says.
I remember that too, because he kept on saying, this is the voice of God. Yeah, I was next door with Miles, and we were in the G spot for the ACC, and we just heard Joel's voice just coming over the microphone. Like, oh God, what's he doing?
What do you do now?
Joel's always the one you can count on him. Always being entertaining at RTX in one way or another. He's not one single experience. He's just different every year. I said the story that I have was not last year, but when I first came to RTX, he was working. I believe he was doing a panel with. He was doing center stage with Gus, and I was in the audience, and I was watching him as he goes and goes, "Hey, we have Carrie up here. If you guys like throw $10,000 like worth of money up here, we'll beat the shit out of Carrie in front of you guys." And people started chucking money on stage, and Gus and Joe both were drunk out of their minds too. So
They were getting pelted with change. It was great.
I'm like, is this really happening? And Carrie was like, "Oh my god, I'm actually gonna die here on stage."
You're gonna witness a murder today.
Be prepared for the snuff film, everybody.
Oh my god.
I'm just waiting for Cheese Master Gus to come out this year.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna have to be if I am Miles' PA again, I'm just gonna have to be looking out for that, just so make sure that he doesn't sexually assault Miles in some way or another.
I was so worried.
I have a funny
watched that whole
Miles story.
Oh, what was that?
So I worked in the store last year, and the back room of the store, like where we kept all the extra stuff, kind of ended up being a place for like staff to hide sometimes. So I was like back there rolling posters because that's like 50% of a store guardian's job is rolling posters. And Miles comes back there, and he's looking for a box he can put over his head so he can like walk through the crowd. And so he finds this like, completely like ridiculously shaped box. It's like small right here, but it's really wide, so he looked like Hey Arnold basically. And then he cut a hole in it for his eyes, but then he was trying to put his sunglasses like in the hole. And so finally one of the guardians back there with me was just like, "Why don't you just put your glasses on first?" And he was like, "Smart." And then he just like went about his merry way. It was funny.
Yep.
Oh my
And
god. Going off of that, I was the same day Michael had a meltdown. I was walking around the floor, and I was with one of the artists that works on Ruby. And then Miles is in charge of Ruby. So he comes up behind, and I turn and I look, and I'm like, "Ah, it's Miles in a box." And then I turn a little bit, I look a little bit to my left, and I'm just like, "Ah, it's Jordan, also in a box." Because Jordan was his PA. And I'm like, he's like wearing his Guardian shirt, he's got his Guardian match, he's just got a box over his head. And I just started bursting out laughing. It's like, I don't know, just Jordan, just them having matching, like, box heads just really got me.
Because he asked me, he just came out to me, he's like, "Hey, I'm planning on doing Baghead or something like that again. You want to do that?" I was like, "Sure, hell yeah, I'll do that." He goes, "Here, go grab a box or a bag or something." And I quickly grabbed it was like the nearest box near me. And so I was like, "Okay, I gotta do this." And let's just say people were a little bit more aware this time around. Like they weren't thrown off by the disguise, and people quickly gathered up. So I have plans this year to change things around. So you'll expect something similar, but a little bit different. So
It was really good. Because Rachel was like, "Ah, my boss," and I was like, "Ah, Jordan."
Oh, so you were talking to Rachel Dota?
Yeah.
She's from Louisville, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I was at a Game Grumps panel, and then I was kind of helping out because I was like, that was my one break. I went to go see the Game Grumps draw with Patrick, and she was like, she saw the back of my clipboard. She's like, "Oh, you an artist?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, she's like, "I'm an artist," and she gave me her card, and so I looked up her blogspot, and I talked to her after, and I was like, "Dude, I like your freaking drawing." She's like, "Thanks, man," and I'm like, "Can I like add you on Facebook or something?" She's like, "Yeah." So we've been texting. It's really cool.
Yeah. She's
nice.
an awesome person.
She's really sweet.
I only met her online at first, and then I met her in person because I forgot. It was that weekend. Like as soon as, because I think it was not Ghost Protocol. It was Rogue Nation. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation came out, and I went with Miles and a few of the animation
yeah,
people.
yeah, I remember that.
And she was there, and I wasn't too sure it was her at first, and then I was like, "Was that you?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's totally me." I was like, "Okay, I wasn't too sure, but I feel bad for not talking to you now."
No, she's super nice.
Yeah, she really is nice. Trying to think, I also met Maggie too, Maggie Tomini. So she's really fun. I think she a producer now. I think
I don't know.
I think she's a producer for X-Ray and Bav at this point.
I totally met Rachel by accident, so.
But definitely go seek out some of the animation team. Like, they are some really good and cool people to meet, and plus their art is amazing. But the person hopefully I hope to meet this year is Erin. She does like the concept art for RWBY.
Oh, okay.
And she's really talented, really good. So like all the concept art you see in the credits, like for each of the episodes for season 3, most of the there's a good portion of that's her work. So I'm really.
There were too many Aarons. I thought you were talking about like Aaron from Game Grumps or Aaron.
Her name's Erin Wynn. I think that's she's on Twitter, and I'm following her, so you could probably look it up through there. But she's really talented. She's really good. She's like a recent hire too. So, so we talked about stuff that we want to see while we're there. Is there we talked about good, memorable experiences? Like, does anyone else have anything else to share before we move on? You the Jeopardy.
The whole thing.
It's silence is
Anyone
like
here-
things I love.
It's times like these. Does anyone want to hear about the time I cried at RTX?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So, in my defense, it was late. Okay, so in our room, Garth and I hung back to do, because we were having a late night Meet the Laser team, and it's sort of like a panel kind of thing. And so we had a family, and I was doing all the seating for the handicap and the VIPs and the staff stuff. So we had a family, and Garth's like, "Hey, these guys get to sit in the front row," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, welcome." And he's like, "This is the Make-A-Wish kids. This is the Make-A-Wish family," because we had a family that came, and this kid used his wish to come to RTX and have front row seating at all the panels. And I was like, "Wow, that's really special." And I was like, "Oh, here's your seat." And they're like, "Hey, he hasn't met any of the people. Could we, could you get them to sign the shirt?" And so I was like, yeah, I'll ask the PAs. And so I went up to the PAs. I was like, "Hey, can we get the guys to sign this shirt?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they took it back, and then they got the cast of Laser team to sign the shirt, and they brought it back, and I gave it back to them. And I was sitting there in this panel, and I was thinking, this kid used his one Make-A-Wish to just come to RTX. So I think he deserves to meet the cast of Laser Team. So I was wiggled up to the PAs, and I was like, "Hey guys, do you think they would be down to do a meeting with this kid and this family afterwards?" And then Gavin's PA, I forgot his name, but he was wonderful. Charles was wonderful and beautiful, and he was like, we're gonna definitely do that. And so we set it up, and I was like, it's not for sure yet, it's this family. But then Charles came back, and he's like, "We got the okay." So Charles helped me open all the doors and bring this kid in this wheelchair back into the back behind the stage. And then it was just so great, because it was just Bernie and just Alan and Gavin and Michael standing around, kneeling next to this kid and just shaking his hand and talking to him for a good 5-10 minutes. And I was I was standing next to Marcy, and I was like, Marcy, I'm gonna cry. This is so special to me, for me to be able to do this. And Marcy's like, "Shh, don't cry. And I was like, "Marcy, I'm gonna cry." And so everyone had to eventually go, and then I was leading this family back to the elevators, and I was like, "I'm glad you're having a good time at RTX." And then I said goodbye, and I was just like, "Oh man, I'm so emotional." And I actually went back when I went to the Game Grumps panel the next day. I saw them again. They're like, hey, can we get a picture with our favorite Guardian? And we took a picture and they tweeted it out. And I was like, oh. So that was my.
Did you make like a post about that?
I think I did, yeah, on the Rooster Teeth website and on my art blog.
I think I saw it.
Yeah, so that was I was like, oh, Marcy, hold me.
Oh. God, that's actually, I heard about the Make-A-Wish person. Oh, I'm getting a echo from someone. I think it's
Echo.
It's not me.
Uh,
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
no, there's no echo. I think
Oh.
someone must have done something.
I think Jordan's a dirty liar.
No, there definitely was an echo, but
I blame Jack.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start muting everybody and see what happens. That's my favorite part of the podcast.
Oh, that was
I'd like
funny.
Kira, even though she's not here.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Last podcast with Fred, when we just kept on asking him to pull out his mic, like his mic cord, because he just kept his mic kept on going all like robotish on us.
Oh my god.
Probably the highlight of the podcast last week. But he actually brought up a good question. Is there any experiences that you guys might have had? Like, we talked about good experiences. Like, is there any tough experiences or like bad experiences that you may have? Or
Does
something
leaving count?
Oh god.
Leaving's always hard. That's just a constant with
That's
RTX.
Yeah, that's a bittersweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's something bad, but it's something that I always have this feeling of dread whenever I see Brandon Farmahini standing at center stage, because I know he's causing a problem that I have to solve. Like, he doesn't. Whenever he has something up on center stage, like he doesn't have anything that he needs ready to go. So it's like, oh, here's 10 laptops that I need Smite installed on, and it's a 4 gig file, and you have to play through the tutorial so that we can, create a new character,
Oh god.
and you have 10 minutes to do it. Like, and like the internet, we had to download the game because he didn't have any like discs. So like, it's a 4 gig file and at 10 meg, per second internet at the convention center. We had to take it to the Hilton to plug it in to download it in time to get him up on stage so that he has to go.
Jesus.
But like every year he throws me a curveball. It's like, God damn it, Brandon! Like,
Damn it, Brandon.
So what we're saying is we blame Maddie for all the problems that you had.
It's all her fault always.
Oh, so her and Marcy are actually in Austin this week, so they're having a little bit of fun down there. I'm super jealous. I really wish I could be down there with them.
I think everybody's jealous.
I feel like everyone's been to Austin in the last month. Like everyone I follow on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, you guys can stop.
I
enough.
go to Austin once a year. I go for RTX. It's too much. My student budget cannot handle it.
Mhm.
But I kind of want to visit again, but at the same time, I want to go visit other friends and other cities. So, Mike, I might be coming up to New York at some point.
oh, dude, I'm down.
Because I'm going to be visiting Raph and a few other people up there. So,
All right, very cool.
And you can finally introduce me to that superior New York style pizza that you're always talking about.
God damn right.
You said you were going to kidnap me. I'm still waiting for you to kidnap me.
When you least expect it.
You'll stop waiting, and then it'll be like the next day.
Yeah, he has a calendar and he crosses off each day. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow he'll forget.
I'm just going to fly into New York at JFK. And Mike's going to just come up with like a dark, like blacked out windowed van and just like grab me and pull me in.
You'll be at the baggage claim and you'll be like, I'm claiming you, and just throw it over you.
So what's gonna happen is you're gonna get to New York. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, today's the day," and he flies to wherever you are. And then he's gonna, where did it go?
Oh my god, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm changing things around. I'm going to go visit some other people in other states. So New York's my first one. So, and then I'll probably go
I was
visit.
Cool.
hanging out with Raph. I was it 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, we went down like Central Jersey, met up with a bunch of other guys. Tim McGovern,
Oh yeah,
Chris Needs, and Aaron. We were all hanging out. It was a good time.
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. I said Tim's been made a few trips up there in the past couple months or so.
Well, he's not too far away. He's like
Yeah, he's
an
Philly.
hour from Chris. Yeah, so Chris lives like Central Jersey, so he's an hour from Chris, and Chris is an hour from the rest of us. So we all kind of meet at Chris's place, and that's where we hang out.
Sweet. Yeah, I definitely had to meet with you guys up there. And maybe someday I'll make my way back out to California. So it's been a while since I've been there. And last time I was there, I think it was in Irvine. So
Oh, Irvine. What a weird place to pick.
my friend lived there. So, but you know, California's always been fun to go hang out there. Just way too expensive for me.
Yeah, me too, but I still live here.
Like, is there, like, for anyone else, like, do you guys plan on, like, visiting any of the friends that you've met through RTX?
Eventually, I have to go visit Maddie because she came to my house for one of our RT Michigan meetups.
Oh, yeah, that's
So-
right.
So now I'm gonna sometime fly out to Washington and play with her horses and
Holly.
just steal them.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right, because Johanna is taking care of her horse, isn't it? Isn't that right? So, I definitely have to go meet them. And also, Mary's up there, so that'd be fun.
Have like a giant group meetup in Washington.
Oh, yeah. RT Seattle, meet up.
My best friend, you guys might know of her. She's Julia on the Rooster Teeth site, but she lives in Canada. And we met last RTX. Yeah, and we're like best friends now. We talk every day. But I live in Arkansas, so
Oh, yeah.
That's
we're definitely
smart.
not seeing each other anytime before this coming RTX. But we're gonna try to do something like meet in New York or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Just meet at Niagara, stand on the other side of the border. Just wait.
Yeah.
Wave at each other from the
Just, just stare at each other longingly.
Hello, hello.
You like smoke signals, you know.
Before.
And watch as both of you guys get tackled at the same time by security because you're using smoke.
It'll be so beautiful.
I had to make that
Or you
work.
could both have parasails and just jump off the falls and meet in the middle.
And then die
Hey,
together.
y'all, me just high five and then go across the border.
And just imagining them just like coming across going like, yay! And then just pass each other.
Freeze frames.
Or just miss completely.
Like, guys, we gotta do it again. We missed.
We gotta run it again. Set up the shot.
They go back to their respective borders and do it again.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, same.
Is everybody here watching Amazing Race?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly
That's a good-
not. I need to get caught up on it, but I've heard really good things about this.
I watched all the episodes except for this previous one. And so far it's fun.
Last one was a nail biter.
That's what I
I
heard.
heard.
Yeah, because I heard that people weren't sure when Bernie and Ashley passed like one of the other teams, and they're like, "Yeah, if you go see us right here, you'll actually see us like walking behind them as we pass them."
Just fast walkers.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder if Bernie will do something with Amazing Race, talk about his experience on there at all.
Maybe, and he might have he's having some of the other contestants from that, doing like on the spot and other things. So maybe they'll have an Amazing Race panel. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or to do an Amazing Race right there in Austin.
Yeah.
Amazing Race in Austin. Oh my God! Now just
Competing for $5.
oh God! Oh, that'd be actually kind of interesting. Have the staffers do the Amazing Race.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I wonder what the PAs would do at that point.
The Amazing Run.
We have an Amazing Race Murderer at RTX mashup.
Oh my God.
It'll be a crossover.
Finish the race or die.
Oh my God! Or like 12 little roosters, or was it 11 little roosters now? The spy
Yeah.
like Amazing Race mixed with all that together. There you go, Josh. $1 million idea right there.
Yep.
I wonder when they're coming out with 11 little roosters though.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've heard anything from it.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out like first either quarter 1 or quarter 2. So that's probably going to be quarter 2 now.
Yeah, quarter one's almost over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think we got a little bit off topic, but is there any other things that like you guys would like to talk about with like experiences, top experiences, or anything like that that you encountered at RTX?
I can talk about when Chris and Blaine almost gave me a heart attack.
Do it.
Sure.
Sounds interesting.
Yes. Well, they decided to film attendees screaming "Brandon sucks" to show at a panel later. So to get the right angle for it, they were standing on like wiry stool chair things that were like the rickiest things you could
Oh
find.
God.
And this is only like probably my first hour of being a PA, and they're standing up on these, and I'm like holding it. I'm like, oh my God, please don't fall. Please don't make me have to call an ambulance. Like, first hour on the job. Like, I will never come back again. So that was my heart attack. They made it out safe. It was good.
Yep.
I always find that the guests of RTX are usually really, really nice because it's like the community and they all like understand each other. But sometimes you'll get the parents that don't want to be there. And
Right.
I was having a panel and I was trying to get everyone to squeeze together because it was an achievement hunter panel and it was really big. There's a lot of people there, and there's just like this one a little like overweight guest, and he was sitting, and then there was a mom and her son next, and she's like, excuse me, this man needs 2 chairs. Like, we cannot sit next to, like, I cannot sit next to this man. He needs 2 chairs. And I was like, oh, okay, ma'am. Like, it's okay. Okay, ma'am, you just have fun, be there. That's fine. Just let this man have his space. And then her son, like, the whole time was like, Mom, shut up. Like, Mom, please. Like, Mom, you're embarrassing me. This man needs 2 chairs. And I was just like, okay, ma'am. Yeah, you just have a great time. Enjoy the panel. Goodbye forever.
Suddenly turn Minnesotan.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's always interesting because there's a lot of people who don't realize like what Rooster Teeth is. Like, my kid just likes it, so I decided to take them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember, I think at Bernie's story writing panel back in 2012. 2012, it was him, Eddie Rivas, and I forgot who else was on the panel, but they were basically
Chris Damaris was on that panel too.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And we had like a woman complaining about like language they were using, and like you got kids in here. I was like, and like I forgot who it was who just like kind of told them like, you do realize that they use really foul language in the show, right?
Yeah.
All the parents that went to
Pay
Eddie's
attention to what your kids are watching.
Yeah.
Right. It's like parents taking their kids to see Deadpool. It's a great movie, but it's rated R for a reason.
If you could have a little less violence, that'd be great.
We had a little girl that came up and asked a question at the Achievement Hunter panel, and she's like, hi, I have a question. And then Jeff was like, oh my god, hello, sweetie. Like, who let you in here? And we can't go anymore. Because Jeff is such a dad.
Oh my god.
It was really cute.
Also, don't let people deep throat the mics.
Oh,
Oh,
that fucking guy.
my first year.
Yeah,
Yep, my first year.
that was an event.
That was the only year, right?
Yeah, that's the only year that they did that.
Okay, but I was in a community hunter panel. Jeremy and Matt had just been hired on, and Ray walks in and he's like kind of like casually talking, and then I was on mic for like the first time the whole convention, and I was like super nervous because of course like Caleb gave the mic to Jordan, and I was like my job, and Cinder's like calm down, it's fine, like pets me, and I'm like okay, I have no control anymore, and then Ray comes in, brown man, and like he's like. Like talking, and he's like, oh yeah, and since no one's done it this year, he sticks the entire thing in his mouth, and I'm like, oh, no. So, oh.
So what does tech team do in that situation?
Right.
Just throw away the
we have
mic.
nothing to do with that. That's not our mics. Those are Freeman's mics.
Yeah.
We're controlling the streams in those rooms. That's not our problem.
Oh, Freeman. I wonder if the cool like camera guy is going to be back again this year. Because we had a guy that like had even started up his own Twitter account in
Yeah, I can't remember
2012
his name.
or 2013. I can't remember, but he had his own Twitter handle, and he got like 1,000 followers on the first day that he started.
Absolutely good.
Cool camera guy.
Yeah. There's that, and can we talk about awkward questions? Like with like some of the attendees, like the one guy who decided to say that basically Rashid helped him get laid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why not.
So, any awkward questions that you guys have heard at any of the panels?
Mine wasn't really a question. It's more like somebody came up to Chris and like was congratulating, like, oh, like I really love your work, and did like, I really love your work, and like slowly like, went to his hand on his arm, and then he just walked away. It was really like he like looked at me, and I looked at him like okay. He left. We're good. But yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. But it's the most awkward thing we had.
Stranger danger, stranger danger.
Pretty much.
I think I repressed all the awkward questions.
There's just a few that stick in my mind, and it's just like, really? Really? Did you have to go and ask that?
Well, I mean, the good thing is that they play it off really well. They're good at like deflecting the awkwardness and running with it. So it doesn't phase them, and it doesn't phase me anymore either. I think it's like I actually look forward to how they're going to deal with it when they get something like that.
Or you have Gus who just goes, "What's the most awkward question?" You go, "That guy," and point right at the guy who just asked the awkward question.
Yeah, no, they shut it down. It's good. I did have to deal with someone had a panic attack twice. I had to deal with this one guest, and she was hyperventilating, and I was like, okay, here, count with me, and like I like brought her down. But like the next time, it was like Achievement Hunter Achievement Hunter panel, and it was the last one, and everyone was smashed. And then Michael was like, yeah, let's everyone come up to the stage and we'll sign stuff, and it's just like the whole panel room. Like, and this girl got trapped in between like the table and then the giant crowd, and she was freaking out. And I was like, okay, everyone, take a step back. Like, honey, come over here. We're gonna calm you down. And then Ryan, and I was like, you want to meet Ryan? And then she's like, yeah. And she's like crying and hyperventilating. And Ryan, the angel that he is, was just like dealing with it. And I was like, okay.
Ryan's a pretty cool guy. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, I can talk about with panels how I was working the mics. The one time that I was working the mics, I had that's the same time that the guy asked the really awkward virginity question, or losing his virginity question or comment. That was the other mic, Mine, the awkward one was that someone came in dressed as Slenderman, and that was also right after they released the Rage Quit Slenderman, or Slender, the Arrival, or whatever it's called, the 8 pages, that's what it was, the Slender videos. And he just sat there. And I just kind of like, and I was working the mic, I was like, I kind of like looked over at, I think it was Dan, or Dan Jitsu was in the room. I was like looking over him and Andrew, who's leading the room, and I was like, what do I do? And Michael, thank God, improvised on it, and someone had just gave him a Mogar sword, and he came at him and tried to like hack at him with the Mogar sword. So
I remember saying that. It was funny.
yeah, Michael, I was like, oh God, they're going to fire me because of this one asshole. But Michael turned it into entertainment, so it was
Do you
pretty
remember? Do you remember Death from last year?
good. The what?
The guy dressed as Death. Like he was like having a skull.
I don't
And he
remember
was, like,
that one.
wearing the Grim Reaper robes. He was like outside when like Mary was giving her last big speech. And he was
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that.
I looked
remember
up,
that.
and he was like literally right behind me. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I was cracking up. He was in one of my panels, and he was like in line, and I think it was like the podcast panel or something, or something like that. And he was like getting closer, and they're like, "Oh my God, Death is coming!" And just like he didn't really have a good question, and they're like, "Ah, you've disappointed us, Death. Go away."
Allie, what about you? Is there any awkward situations or any awkward questions you heard from panels over the years at RTX?
I don't, just like the general questions that have been asked already, and also like even when whoever's like hosting the panel says like not to ask to come up and like bring them gifts and stuff, and then everyone still does.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wonder if they'll have another bowling ball this year. Oof.
Oh, I took like 4 cases of limited edition Game of Thrones beer down to the desk,
Jesus.
and that's when my little charges finally learned that I was much younger than them.
Oh my God, that's pretty funny. That's one thing, they get so much alcohol at RTX. It is ridiculous, especially Jeff.
Oh yeah.
I think. I still think the best alcohol that Miles ever got was the Writer's Tears, and someone brought it up to him 2 years ago. at
That's actually
the
called
signing.
Writer's Tears.
Yeah, it's an Australian whiskey called Writer's Tears.
Wow.
And
Oh my God.
he goes, "Oh my God, this is literally perfect." And I think he even actually like tweeted out one time. He goes, "I'm drinking my favorite whiskey right now." He goes,
Aw.
in the middle of RBB 13 right now, and just like shows the Writer's Tears and right next to him.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, we had someone bring homemade peach moonshine in just little mason jars, and it was like death. And then everyone wanted to keep it because it was so good, apparently.
Really, I was more like, why would you drink homemade stuff?
Oh, because it's stronger.
I know, but it's also more chance that they could put shit in it.
Lindsay's like, it tastes like candy. I was just like, and Michael was just jumping on chairs and like completely gone. And I was like, oh dear.
Oh,
We don't get much alcohol, for Adam or whatever, but he does get hot sauce from people occasionally. And I was floored the first time I saw him do this. He opened up the hot sauce and then just took a swig out of it. And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, oh, that's good. And like, he would carry it around with him and like just take a swig from now and then.
That's
Like, give
how
him
you
a
show you
boost.
have no feet.
that's
Jesus.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta-
does he literally have no taste buds on his tongue or anything? Just
I would have to imagine because it was like he took the cap off and I could smell how hot it was. I was like, holy shit.
You gotta show people you have no fear.
Right.
Yeah.
you have no fear. You have to show them that, or else they'll make an uprising against you. Oh, That's
When we
another
talked
one.
about awkward questions, how about like what are some like the best questions you've ever heard on a panel?
Oh, I heard one.
The only one I could think of was they were doing the speed round session at the RT podcast. I think it was 2 years ago, and Joel was leading the questions, and one guy asked him about the gold market, and he just stopped, and he's like, "You don't want to know."
What are some good questions for the rest of you? Hmm.
I can't think of any that really stand out more than the others.
Yeah, no.
Because most of them are the general, like, how did I get a job at Rooster Teeth? Or I have this that I want to do.
Oh yeah.
I did not get any, like, how do I get a job at Rooster Teeth questions last year. And that was pretty good.
Well, you had one of the
Really?
main panel rooms, and Jack was pretty, like, most of the people in those panel rooms were like, here are the questions, we don't need to hear them.
Yeah.
We've already answered them. If you want to hear them, they're on videos, past videos at RTX. But, trying to think. There's been a couple times, it's not been at RTX, but there's one at, like, PAX South, like, a little while ago that, is a really, like, hard-hitting question. I was like, wow, that person is really asking tough questions.
What's the meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
42.
42? Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
I love
Um,
that movie so much.
I'm trying to remember the one that I was thinking of, but oh, I can't remember. Now I just gave you the face of what it looks like when I'm trying to send that heart.
Yeah.
Little chortle things.
That's the face of a thinking man.
That's the face of progress.
I remember asking Chris a question during the writers panel one year, and I basically said, like, do you write based on who you like? When you write a character, do you kind of know who in Rooster Teeth you're gonna use to cast it, or do you just write a character and then see like audition them to see who would be better? And he's like, well, yeah, it depends. I mean, we don't have it's not like LA where we have unlimited talent to pull from. He's like, but whenever I write Hitler, it's got to be Joel. Like,
Wait, how many times has he written Hitler now? Now I'm wondering.
I'm like, there's 3 things where Joel is Hitler. There's at least 3.
He was the one for, like, the failed, like, pass cast, I think is
Right.
what the
Passcast.
yeah, pass cast. He was in one other one as Hitler, and then there's the $1 Million Butt, but it wasn't Joel. It was another guy playing Hitler. I think I remember Joel specifically talking about that. They they want me to play Hitler again. I said no. And then I think Matt played Hitler in one of the RT shorts. Or no, yeah, because they went back into the past and everyone was Hitler.
Oh my
Right.
god. Was that the Wolfenstein short? Who played Hitler in that one?
Oh, that one. I don't know. That might have been Matt.
Maybe.
He really like Hitler, I guess.
Why do you think people like Trump so much?
Oh.
But
Oh god.
Now we've entered politics.
Oh no.
Well, Matt played the best Jesus I've ever seen on screen. So
Oh my god. Oh. I'm trying to think. What was the best? Oh. I don't know. They've asked a few good questions. I can't remember them now, but the music panel for Nico and Miles, that's a really good panel to go to because, like, some people ask some really interesting questions there about, like, certain, like, tones and everything. And Nico went on, like, I think it was 2 years ago, he went on a tangent, and I guess he semi had prepared for that, but he talked about, like, how much music actually really does bring to the table when it comes to animation and everything like that. Like, he talked about, like, how just changing the tone just a little bit can change the mood of the entire scene. He talked about the Locust scene when he came in, just like absolutely murdered everybody in the canyon, and then like he changed it up, and he's like, now here's the stuff when the reds and blues come in, and you hear the da 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 da, and all that stuff, and he's like, yeah, it changed the mood because it started making it sound funny because you're so you have it connected with that other tone. So it's if you want to see some really good questions, go to the music ones because he's really informative about it.
I heard also the mocap panel was really cool. I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah, I want to go to that. I kind of want to, but yeah, if I get the chance to go see it this year. Let's talk about that. What's some specific panels that you guys want to go see, like, or that was there last year and you wanted to go see it?
Game Grumps is
I only
amazing.
want
Game Grumps.
Game Grumps.
And Grumps. The Grumps. I like my one break. I was like, okay, guys, I'm taking one break. I am going to go see the Game Grumps and Pat draw together panel. And then when I come back, this room better not be on fire.
Oh my god, the Pat and Aaron drawing. Oh, that was such an amazing panel.
I got into it the first year basically by luck because it was really packed. It was in such a small room, and like Carrie's PA was like, I gotta go take a smoke. I'll be back. I'm like, I can cover you. And so I was just sitting with Carrie, and I was like, I'm in the panel room.
I remember that one because that was basically I was sitting with Aaron Zach. I was sitting right beside her, and the entire time, because we also had Caden and his. Are they married now, or are they just engaged?
I haven't seen anything about them getting married, but they are engaged.
Okay, they're getting engaged. They are engaged. They were in front of us, and his girlfriend was being a little bit. They were boyfriend girlfriend at the time, not fiancés. So she was being kind of annoying, like being really pushy with trying to raise her hand. And Aaron just kind of wanted to tell her, like, you're part of the staff. You could talk to them afterwards, And finally, at the end, they finally called upon her, and she's like, because they were saying like, oh yeah, we don't know how to draw boobs, and can someone do that for us? And she raised her hand like, oh, me, and like, okay, you can come up here. She started drawing it, and Aaron and I both kind of like tilted our head, just like, those don't look like boobs. That looks like a ball sack.
I tricked you all. I only know how to draw balls and dicks.
You fell into my trap.
It was just funny because the entire time, like, that looks like a ball sack. That does not look boobs at all. But that was a great panel because didn't they make a female Aaron as well?
Oh yeah, that was good. It was like Aaron as an anime character, and then Aaron's like, "No, I want bigger boobs," and Pat's like, "Oh, okay." And then Jess was like running around the entire time with a mic, like because they didn't have like a mic stand. They had people raise their like stuff, and Jess was like, running around with it.
Oh, that was a great panel.
Really good.
I'm trying to think what else.
The only panels I saw last year was the Master Pancake Theater panel for Terminator 2, and then the Marble Hornets one.
Oh yeah, how were they?
It was pretty good because all they did, it was like a Q&A, and then we watched part of Marble Hornets, and then we were watching it, and there's a jump scare, and they're like, ha. They're like laughing at everybody that was scared by it. It was
For
a fun
people,
panel.
not a lot. I found out that not a lot of people know what Marble Hornets is.
No, do explain.
It's go ahead, explain, Jack.
It's like a found footage series, and it's about Slender Man, essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically like their encounters with him, and like basically it's him trying to find his friend, and there's like basically like they're trying to follow the trail and see what happened, and Slenderman makes a few appearances like every 10 episodes or so.
Yeah.
Do they
Every
become
so often.
Friendermans?
Frienderman.
No.
I haven't caught up with the series yet. Like the last, I think it was like around episode 90 that I like stopped watching. I
Yeah,
like,
it
fell
ended.
behind.
Yeah, it already ended. I think they moved on to another series.
Oh, really? So it's completely done.
Yeah, it's completely done.
Okay, I did not know that. But yeah, Marble Hornets was actually pretty creepy for its time. Like, because like now Slenderman's kind of a omnipresent image on the internet. So
Like, Slenderman.
yeah,
Spider-Man and Deadpool,
yep.
the two staples of the internet. That and cats.
Yeah, Cap.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to think. There's yeah, like you were saying, Game Grumps, but I hope one panel that I really hope that they do at some point. It's a live performance from either Ninja Sex Party or Star Bomb. So I'm praying.
That would be so nice.
They are performing at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
So I'm actually hoping to see that. But I wonder how it's going to... Oh, wait, no, it's Star Bomb, so it's not Ninja Sex Party. But Tupperware Remix Party, I saw that their performance with Ninja Sex Party with, like... they have, like, videos from MagFest. They're pretty good live.
Tupperware what?
Tupperware Remix Party.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it before.
I didn't hear them either until Ninja Sex Party like teamed up with them for this album.
Are they like the same kind of like style of music, or?
Honestly, don't know. I haven't gone and researched them quite yet, so
No, okay.
I'm planning on doing it. But they're really good at recreating the 80s and 70s feel of the music that they were covering.
All right.
So
I'm just hoping Bare Naked Ladies are there.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Now that it actually happened, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to root for anymore. How do you beat that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Markiplier
For 2
confirmed.
years on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah,
Markiplier.
Markiplier's next.
And then hell opened up, and the PAs cried.
And we wept for the entire weekend. I really do not envy whoever gets Markiplier if he comes.
Oh my
If he
gosh.
comes, because we really thought he was coming last year, and I think we all had a mini panic attack going on because we're like, we have no idea who to get them, who to assign to him. So
You would have to give him like 4.
yeah, and his fan base is like rabid. Like when they see them, they are darting straight for him.
Oh, jeez. I don't think the Game Grumps had PAs last year.
No,
Did
no, they just. I think we had like a couple freelancers on them every now and then, but for the most part, they took care of themselves.
That's good.
I think their manager kind of kept them straight on a schedule for the most part. So, I'm trying to think. Anything else? Jack, can you think of any more questions that we can ask for
We
tonight?
got one more question on the Q&A.
Excitement for GDC,
What is GDC?
Game Developers Conference,
Oh.
and I don't know, I
don't know.
don't really follow GDC, so
So sure, we're all excited for it.
Yay!
I'm definitely more excited than I was before I knew what GDC was.
I think there's actually a couple RT community members who are taking a trip to GDC this year. I think I don't know if you know her, Geometrics. She's on the RT side. She's from Britain, and she's taking a flight over to go visit over there. So that'd be interesting.
Mhm.
Other than that, I have no idea what's going to be announced or anything. So
Right.
I guess I'm excited. Perfect face, Sam.
Oh, I love making awkward faces. They're the best.
Do it, Sam. Yes.
How's the bruise doing, Sam?
Well, it's actually gone now. It lasted for like at least 3 months after RTX.
Okay, explain again how you got that bruise. I do not remember.
So remember my story about Chris and Blaine standing on those chairs?
Yes.
Right after that, they ran up and down the convention floor just filming people, so I was sort of running after them, and because of the way my tool belt was adjusted at the time, it kept just slapping my leg the entire time. So by the end of the 5-minute running period, a giant knot had formed, and it just kept turning greener and greener, and purpler,
God.
because purpler is a word now. But but yeah,
And
so
came back and we're like, who hurt you?
I know. It looks so much worse than how it felt. I didn't even notice it unless you touched it. But once I fixed my belt, it was fine. So
Who hurt you?
Let's see.
yes, I'm now hashtag bruise forever.
You will always
I'm
be known
excited
as
to
that.
actually
Blaine's
get
fault.
I'm excited to actually get a ticket to Salt Lake this year.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh. I don't know. Have you
'Cause I
seen
was
their,
just
by the way, have you seen their most recent post for SideQuest?
It's
No,
not a
what?
happy face.
It's a
No.
very unhappy face because there's a lot of positions that are vacant right now because Grady left.
Oh no.
So it might not happen this year.
So if you are really interested in and very passionate about doing charity work and everything like that, please lend your hand to RT SideQuest. That's one of the main events that I look forward to every year. And they are in dire need of some help. And they need some help filling in positions that Grady left behind when he stepped down. So if you want to help out and make RT SideQuest come back this year, I would highly recommend going to RT SideQuest. Is it RT SideQuest at
.org.
rtsyquest.org. Go send them an email, contact them, and tell them that you're willing to lend a hand. Right now they're not looking for volunteers as much of people who have experience with directors positions and dealing with helping set up events and dealing with auction items right now. So if you think you're qualified for the position, I would recommend going and talking to rtsyquest.org. I believe Dom is the one who's still in charge at this point. So go help them out. I really want them to come back this year because that's what I look forward to every year. Is
It's a good pre-RTX meeting to get that excitement going too.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They have
love the charity
bar crawl
auction.
there.
Yeah, and the bar crawl.
Yeah.
Oh, the bar crawl. So if you want to help them out, go help them out because I want to come back to the charity auction and I wanted to have that farewell lunch again at the Salt Lake.
Mhm.
If they do not come back though, I might try to get some people to get together and set up a whole Salt Lake thing. So because I want to make that still tradition.
Right.
Yeah.
And that Monday is 4th of July, so
Oh, that's
That might be tough then.
yeah.
yeah. We'd have to get it
Now.
in advance.
You have to call them up, be like, I'm just renting out the entire place. Just go.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Give me all your meats.
Give me all your meat. Oh my god.
Cooked and uncooked.
Oh.
Alrighty. So is there anything else? Here, let's end this. Let's end on the podcast on a positive note. We've been doing this for the past few podcasts. Is there any bits of advice that you would like to give incoming Guardians, brand new ones this year, or even veterans who are possibly going to a new position. I think Mary said hold off on the hygiene stuff. So, because we already know that should be kind of canon at this point. Go shower, you filthy animals.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to start?
Best advice I can give anybody is get new shoes in April and break them in and have them ready to go for RTX, because your feet, whether you're standing still for 6 to 8 hours a day or you're running back and forth between the convention center and the Marriott, your feet are going to love you if you have good shoes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I have two. Learn how to use Uber, because you want to be able to go to the draft house, to go around and go to the Barton Springs pool and swim and have some extra time. It's really nice to be in Austin for a few extra days that's not RTX. And my second piece of advice is if you're working under someone, your team lead, your room lead, listen to them because they've been there before. Even if you're nervous, even if this is your first RTX, you're going to pick it up really fast if you listen to directions clearly and concisely, and it's just going to make everyone's lives easier because you're there to make sure the staff have fun and that they're not stressed out. So.
And the attendees. Make sure that the attendees still have fun as well.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask questions either. Like if you don't know how to do something or you don't know like what you should be doing, that's what other people are there for too. So ask some more experienced people if you don't know how to do something so you can figure it out and get it done instead of you trying to figure it out and it not working out right, basically.
Allie, what about you?
I think Mary actually mentioned this on like one of the previous podcasts. Just that like if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Like you're not gonna get fired or kicked out or anything just for making like an honest mistake. So don't be freaked out about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of honest mistakes, I want to add something that actually came up last year. If you're a Guardian and you know what's going on in the background and you're on social media and you see people on Reddit or anywhere else making comments or complaining about something, your job is not to do PR for Rooster Teeth on social media. If you try to like explain something to people on Reddit so that you think it's going to calm them down or sate them or whatever, it just adds fuel to the fire. So, don't be going on there trying to defend what's happening, if people are complaining about it or whatever. Let, Rooster Teeth handle their own PR and just do whatever you're doing to try and resolve the situation and don't worry about how, it looks to people on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely, because that's Barbara's job, and for the most part, people who are complaining, they're just looking for a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you do give them a reaction, they're going to seize the opportunity to, get attention. So,
like the motto of the internet, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't be the trolls.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So, Jack, do you have any bits of advice? I know you'd said a couple last podcasts, but
any good jokes?
Don't say 9/11 jokes to Red. He hates those. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. I guess I've already said a few bits of advice before, so for the sake of reiterating myself, I don't know. Here's a good bit of advice. When eating at RTX, do not just sit at Champs or something that's like right next door or whatever convenient. go out and explore a little bit. Austin's a city full of wonderful tasting food. It's very delicious out
Austin
there.
is 75% food.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just go try something else. Like, and also, if you hear something on the podcast and it sounds delicious, also don't just go off their suggestions. Like sometimes, like that ends up being like kind of like the places that get packed up. So, like for instance, like
Home slice.
Home Slice. Yes, exactly. Home
Oh, it
Slice,
is very
Frank's. Frank's is another one that it gets packed
Frank's.
up.
Yeah, Frank's is good.
Trying to think.
Gordo's. Go to
Gordo's.
Which?
Let's see, Round Rock Donuts. If you get a chance to go a little bit further outside the city limits, those are some good donuts. And they also have a Texas-sized donut that's like literally like this big.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I might go and try to eat that at RTX next year.
I will film you trying to eat that.
You might be filming us.
And I will play it backwards.
Oh my god, I'm actually looking forward to that. Also, Michi Ramen.
I love it.
That was actually one of the first meals I had at RTX last year, and we literally got together, and it was just like a big, huge reunion for a lot of people, and or meeting each other for the first time, also like reunion because we came in, we sat down with I think it was me, Jen, Jeff, Raph, his friend Kevin. And it was a bunch of people, and then there's also people we met the year before, and then there was also Mary. We found out that Mary was coming in as well. She walked in as soon as we sat down, started ordering, and she was there with Barbara, and Mika Burton, and a couple other people. So it was we saw them, and then there's Andrew, and literally every single Guardian you could think of coming in came in that we knew. So it was a big, huge reunion. So you might have.
Dan and I were there too.
You were? Oh yeah, you were there. Oh my god,
Everybody was there that day.
Yeah, it was really crazy and it was fun.
I just sat down, I looked at the menu, and I was like, why is there corn in the ramen? Who did this?
That was the first time I've actually ever had real ramen too, so it was delicious.
Real ramen.
Well, closer than the noodle cups.
Yeah, more real than the processed stuff that you get.
Yeah. More real than instant ramen. I can agree with that. Yeah, no.
We only have cup ramen, so.
Let's see. Oh, here. Last question. Name a restaurant or something just for people to go see at RTX.
Gordo's.
Damn it, Jack.
I really like the crepe place. I didn't get to go there last year, but I went there before.
Cafe Le Crepe?
Yeah.
The crepe place is good.
That place is good.
It's
Yeah.
always really packed, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm going to say definitely take a trip out to Barton Springs and go swimming after RTX is over. So it's really nice.
Oh yeah, definitely nice.
There's a burger joint called Holy Cow not too far from the convention center, and it is amazing.
Ooh, holy cow.
Some of the best burgers I've ever had.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Now I've got to go try that.
I'm getting really hungry now, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting really sad. I'm like, why aren't you guys here? And why can't we go eat food?
In time.
We only got less than 4 months.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Allie, what about you? What's a place that you would recommend for people?
I would say, well, I tried to go to Barton Springs a few days before RTX, and they were actually closed for a jazz fest or something. So I ended up going to this big Olympic-sized swimming pool called Deep Eddy, and it was really cool. And it's fed from the Colorado River, so it's really cold and stuff. And you have a view of the river too, and it's kind of downtown. It's really close. So.
Interesting.
Mhm.
If we know anything about Austin weather, it's it's trying to get a hug with wetness and warmness.
Yeah, I think for the past couple of RTXs, like we had like rain mixed in with the hot days as well.
Mhm.
A couple
Oh,
years ago,
God.
it was like random thunderstorm that lasted for like 10 minutes and then that's it.
Yeah, I remember because
Yeah.
I was actually running to it wasn't that. It was actually no, it was 4 years ago. When I went by myself, I was actually going in. I had been like running for a workout, and I decided to go. My path took me to Gordo's, the trailer, and along the way, it stormed while I was running, and I was like
Of
far
course.
away from my hotel, like literally right in the middle of everything, just
Was it
like in
warm?
between. No, it was actually kind of cold. Rain, just nice and cool, and it was just like, oh, wasn't expecting that. I came back all drenched and everything. So it was quite interesting. I'm trying to think of a place I could recommend that's not normal.
Also has a gun range.
That's true. You know, it is Texas after all.
Yeah.
Because we totally want to eat there.
Eat lead.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's pinballs for arcade stuff.
Mhm.
But that's not what I was going for. I was looking for more food. Cafe Low Crepe is good. I heard Gus's chicken is good.
Gus's chicken
yes,
is
it
good.
It's delicious. It's a bit spicy, but it's delicious still.
Spicy chicken.
It's like the normals, just like has a lot of spice to it, so it's really good.
Have you been to Easy Tiger?
No, I have not.
Uh,
It's
Yes.
over by the not the main Hilton, the other one, the Hilton Garden. It's right on 6th Street, and it is the best pastrami that I've had outside of New York City. And it's
And that's where we got your pastry.
Yeah, I'm like, is that where we would stop in
Yeah.
the morning to get like bagels and stuff?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
would
it's-
wait. Our like where we stayed last year was like beyond the freeway, so we had to walk right by there, and we stopped and we got like coffee and pastries there in the morning.
Yeah, it's a bakery and a bar, so it's crazy.
Whoa.
it's crazy, and they have like a lot
Weird.
of like craft beers on there, on draft and in bottle too. So
Ooh.
it's very good.
sounds good.
It looks
Yeah,
really
that's
pretty.
like-
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
easy, buddy.
Doggy.
Oh.
You want to say hi, Calvin?
Joe. I
Say
think
hi.
this
Say
place had Joe's Cafe as well.
Joe's Cafe.
Yeah. I think it was me, Darren, and Lizzie went there at one time, and they had this thing called the Turbo Coffee that you'll hear from a few like staffers every now and then. If they go to RTX, that's the one thing they ask for. It's called the Turbo Coffee, and
That just
literally.
makes me think of Jingle All the Way. It's turbo time.
Oh god, we're back to Wreck-It Ralph. Oh man, that was like the new agey like Mexican restaurant, and it was terrible. Were you
New
Sam?
Age.
New Age.
Sam?
Hmm.
What was it called?
I don't know. It's just like Risa was like, "Dude, I found this restaurant. It's great. We're gonna go." And it was like you paid as a table, like you didn't pay
Oh.
individually.
Yeah, it was superly expensive. It was like family style,
And
but
like
not
the
everybody-
portions were like this big,
Yeah.
and it was.
Uh,
And I was
yeah.
like, I am so uncomfortable.
Like it was good. There just wasn't enough, kind of thing.
That sucks.
Yeah. But it happens.
Yeah. Rudy's. That's another good place to go to. Rudy's, they sell their brisket by like the half pound, so go there. It's really good. I think the one that I went to was like built like right into a Shell gas station, so it was interesting location.
What's the other one by the convention center too? Ironworks.
Ironworks.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That one's good too.
Oh, of course, I forgot about this one. Torchy's. go to Torchy's.
Mhm.
Still
Great
haven't been
tacos.
there. One day.
I haven't been there
Get
yet either.
get
Well,
the trashy trailer. It's really good.
Oh,
So many
and
places.
one last one. Mod's Pizza. This one's a little bit more towards stage 5, and there's actually there's a Torchy's and a Mod's Pizza right next to each other. And it's like a small pizza, almost like personal pan size. It's really good, like really good pizza, and you get to like customize it any way you want. And so like every other pizza restaurant, but it's really good. So
Yeah.
go
So
check
much-
out Mods.
There's a little place called Hoboken Pie that is walking distance from the convention center, and you can just get a single slice, and it's really good for like a lunch break too. And my first year at RCX, that's pretty much all I ate because I was like, I don't know, I'm alone. What do I do?
You said Hoboken pie?
Yeah.
All right.
You piqued his curiosity.
Well, Hoboken is
In
a
Jersey,
city
right?
like right across the river from
Yeah, New
Manhattan.
Jersey.
So like if
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy's from Hoboken, then he probably makes good pizza.
Huh.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was really good.
I
It was like
survived
New
on
York style
Jimmy
pizza.
John's. I
Yeah.
survived on Jimmy John's my first RTX because I was working so much. It's like a big group of us just ordered like a large order, so the little guy came on his bike, give everybody stuff. We'd have a quick lunch break.
'Cause you were exhibit your first RTX, right? On
Yeah.
the floor,
Mhm.
and you just didn't get a break.
Oh, well, we did. It was just like tag team with a partner kind of thing. So it's like once our food came in, we would all like schedule from then, like, oh, who wants to go eat now and who can stay, kind of thing. So
Okay. I think that'd be a good note for us to end on. We talk about a lot of food. Now we make the entire viewing party hungry. So
they
Yeah.
got the rumblies.
I like the idea that they're a viewing party. Like they're somewhere in there, they're partying without us.
see, it's usually Mike and Tom in the just trolling us.
Well, yeah, I can't troll you when I'm actually on it.
Sign into a separate account, you know.
Ah,
I
could have
gave him
done
an
that.
idea.
Next time.
I thought we were talking. I
Promise.
thought we were supposed to talk shit about Jack.
Oh yeah, we were.
That's next time.
No, that's all the time, Jack.
It's just like Mr. Dills. There's always time.
Yeah.
There's always
Oh
time.
my god.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for coming on tonight. We actually went really over this time, so. But. Oh, Avery came on to the podcast. So listen. Hi, Avery. He was Carrie's PA last year, so.
Oh, cool.
So good seeing him. Hi, Avery. So you came in, you commented just in time for us to end. So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for people in the chat who asked the whole 3 questions. So
They were good questions.
yep,
Mhm.
llamas are awesome
Hmm.
and slightly terrifying.
Kick ass.
Alrighty, thank you guys for coming on. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
Internet.
next time.